It's March 5th, and we've had some pretty good price action this morning. I just wanted to give a quick update. Thanks to one of our trading group members, he gave me, I had the idea of combining the GANN lines with volume analysis, so you didn't have to automatically plot, and I was able to work through that code, and so now it's pretty cool. If you come up here and you can select you want to be on daily, and it will analyze daily. If you want to be on the 4-hour chart, it will move the GANN lines to the 4-hour chart, and as you can see now, it will analyze, give you all this data on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. And now, if you want to scalp on the 60-minute, you just change that, and there you go. So now it's pretty cool. It gives you really a good outlook on the market. So, like a lot of times, what I'll do overnight when I'm using GANN lines is I like to start, the overnight, and just see where price has struggled or where it's bouncing. So, as you can see here, right at 6 p.m. New York time, right away it bounced off. Just kind of rocketed off the 529, and right at 560, basically, I would say 560. It didn't really make a high there yet. So you can see it's really bouncing around 525. So we know 525 is kind of a key number. You can take in some definitely nice scalps off that 525 to again 560, and then it's hovering above 560 as we get to around. And then actually, I took a short here. I took a short at this 560 down to here. That was a pretty fun short. And then later on in the market, in the open, so this is not quite to the open yet. So we get down to this is the open. So you can see there was a nice short at the 420 down to 361 and almost down to 286, and then it rocketed up to 423, and you can see it didn't really push much higher. So for me, I don't have my delta nodes on here, but likely to have some good volume. Right, a good trade at this 424, catching a GANN down to 286, and then you can see this bounced right off 282. Let's actually switch over to the daily, because the daily is a little more powerful when it's kind of analyzing things. So you can see on the daily, it didn't even get down to 261, and it just rocketed straight up, pretty much destroying all these shorts, right, as NQ does. And then you can see here at the right about 10:09, you did get an indecision. It wouldn't be enough. I'd have to add some more confirmation, but likely, if you added a 4-hour or an hour GANN line, give you an opportunity to short that. But either case, let's just say you missed that. You can see that you're coming back down, and you could be shorting near this 408 with your risk at 426, and going GANN to GANN. And then you can see here, it kind of wicks up, kind of bounces around, indecision candle, another indecision candle, and it flipping. And with volume confirmation, you could go long here at 334, scalping up to 413. And this 414, this 414, 415 has been, probably a 1, 2, and this beautiful 3. So you could have scalped here for a little bit of profit. If you scalped here, you probably would just be break even or just taken out. But then you finally get paid for your patience. So as you come up here, it wicks up. You enter around 407 with your risk right here, and you're scalping down 1, and you get 2 levels out of that. And then the market's just kind of leveled off at 58, which is, I think it was a key number yesterday. So pretty classic morning for price action and levels on the NQ. Yeah, and just kind of doing another announcement that I updated this volume analysis to be combined with the levels. So this way you don't have to plug in. So all the premium members, they already have access to that. They don't have to plop, they don't have to add the numbers like they did before. And again, that was thanks to an awesome person that I had a call with. He's in London, and he's like, yeah, you should combine them. I'm like, yeah, I was trying to. and I ran into problems. But then he gave me kind of a workaround, and so I applied that, and it worked out great. So I owe that person a big thank you for helping me out there. So what's next is I'm working, like right now we already have a pretty good, we already have good signals, as we know, and that can always be enhanced. But the one thing I'm working on is the Scalper Pro, and this is what I was talking about, the volume pieces. So when you change the threshold, let's say you move it to like 1.1, so lower the threshold, the more signals you're going to get. Then as you can see, it's kind of hideous. So let's change the style up. I like that to be more of a dark blue for buying, and then selling, I like that to be like a nice darker color. So like I mentioned, if you're looking for a high quality setup with levels, ideally what you're looking for is a level. And as you can see here, let's say if we add the, just do my own version of it. And if we change the color to white, and let's move this to like a 1 hour. And so even then, you see you're not quite getting a good entry. So that really wouldn't be an A+ trade for me. I'll tell you like an A+, like I love when it's near level and you get the combination of the selling pressure and taking it GAN to GAN. So in this case, the hour really isn't helping you here. So I mean, if you're more aggressive and you see this indecision candle, you could take a tight, you could enter here, right? And your stop loss would be here. Or if you're more of a cautious trader and you want to wait for confirmation, then your entry would be here, and then your stop loss would be here, and then your target would be here for at least 50% or more. I mean, this time of day, it's probably good to take full lots off, but you never know, it could have just taken. But I definitely would have taken 50% off at least. And as you can see, when things flipped, then you don't really get, you get a volume node here. So you can see that's, if you waited for the volume, at least on that setting, that's kind of a big risk for me. If you're seeing it flip right off the level and you can get an entry near like the 340, then that's more acceptable risk for me. I mean, you could take this one at the volume, but then your risk, I mean, I would definitely be up here and knowing that I could just take a hit. It's just the way it works. You can't, I just don't like the risk that much. And the same thing with here, you get the flip with the volume, and that's where you enter there. You're targeting here, but as you can see, you get bounced up. So you're likely to take a loss in this one. That's just the way it works. But then you see it flip here, so you get an entry, and this is where you can scalp a little bit down, take some off, or in this case, let's say you didn't take any off. You got taken out at break even. That's okay. That's just part of it when you're trading levels. So then again, if this would have been strong, you would have gone long here, but there was no buying pressure here. So now again, you enter short here, and now you're targeting this level, and now this time you got paid. So you didn't get paid here, you didn't get paid here, but now you got paid here. You got a level, 2 levels so far. So you could have taken off half here. So you would have taken off half your position here, and then maybe taken it all, and then you're done. As you can see, it's kind of consolidating. And so you're not always just looking for, just because it's at a level, you're not just instantly thinking, I'm going to reverse. Even though you could, in theory, because if you look at this, you get some indecision candles, you're getting some buying pressure, and in theory, if you took a long at 69, you'd be up a little bit. But I definitely, if I catch a nice GAN level, I'm done for the day. I'm not too fancy with things. So that's the way I trade levels, to make it really simple. I mean, you can go back all night long and do the same thing over and over again. Wait for a level, wait for confirmation. It's kind of like just rinse and repeat. And then when you're wrong, that's the nice thing, is you're only wrong by a little bit. You're not wrong by like a whole GAN level, right? I mean, we're shooting, that's the cool thing. Our risk reward is always way better than our risk, which is critical, right? Because we're going to be wrong. But when we're wrong, we minimize that. So on the trade that I took earlier today, like it was just classic, just really easy to do because, like I mentioned, So when I'm here, when I'm short here, right, my risk is just above the GAN, within 30 or 40 ticks ideally. And then in this case, I didn't get all of it, but sometimes I don't really care. If I'm in the money right here, that's good. The really times when I hold it, but pre-market, I don't tend to hold trades as long, just because I know a lot of times it does consolidate. So it's just kind of, you get a feel for it as you practice trading with levels. And so you can see if you held on to it, you'd be in this trade a good while. I mean, over an hour. Yeah, you'd be in a trade for almost 2 hours or more to get your 2 GANs. So that's fine. And then, as you know, the open in the first hour can be tricky. So it's just the name of the game. So anyway, just a little update on my new volume indicator and kind of a quick recap of this morning. So I'm grateful for our awesome Discord team members and the new members that have joined. And I'm excited about this volume indicator getting better and better as it makes it easier to make good decisions at the GAN levels. So you're profitable almost every day. Hopefully, almost every day, because you can be. When you're trading levels, you can be profitable almost every day. And there'll be days you might get chopped out a little bit and then you just call it a day. But in general, if you're patient and wait for your levels and confirmation, you're going to get paid and you'll do well in passing your evals, growing your accounts. And like I always mention, I'm glad to hop on calls and show you how I trade the GAN lines. I had a killer morning this morning and all my funded accounts. It was an awesome day. So anyway, I'll probably make another video later on, but thanks for your time and take care.